Okay, everyone, welcome back to Trade Wave Tuesdays. So, this is the second episode. If you missed the first, the idea is really simple. We have this new indicator in trade ideas that I absolutely love called Trade Wave, which essentially is giving you buy and sell recommendations based off a moving average system that we've developed. The idea is that we know moving average systems are going to help us in trends. If we get a trend, it's going to tell us that to stay in a trend when it's working, and it's going to get us out of a trend really quickly. And today we're going to look at JD here, and I think this is a perfect example of what we're trying to do. And it's also a perfect example of the trade we're going to take. So, for example, JD clicked buy right here, right? So there's a buy signal that happened right at this price. I can actually just draw this out, it'll be a little easier in pointing. So there's a buy signal right here as the moving averages crosses over and things pushed higher. We got all the way got involved. My rule is going to be I would have exited right here when the close of the candle is under the cloud. That's going to be my game plan. Now we had another couple buys. We had one that we got long right here, and we're out a couple candles later for a little tiny loss. And then we're long right here, and then we are probably out for a very small profit. So you can see that although not perfect, if you had this winner and then these two tiny losers, you're still up money on JD. That's the idea behind a trend following system is we know our win rate isn't going to be the best, but we are looking to stay in a trend when it's working and get out when it isn't. Now, to track all these, I'm going to use our paper trader. So I've opened up an account here that is called just Trade Wave Tuesdays. So if you're following along, you can take all the trades I did. Last week, we actually took UNG because it took a buy right here. So we got in at 1432. We are waiting for that close outside of the candle to exit. Currently, we are up a little bit on it. The account, I think we're up 2% or so. Initially, I had taken $20,000 worth of UNG, but I think I want to go with 10 positions instead of 5 in case we're in them for a long period of time so I can constantly make content for you guys. So I sold half right here at $15 for a nice little profit. So now we are in $10,000 worth of UNG, and we are going to buy $10,000 worth of JD. So here's what I'm looking at JD. So we have a buy ticket today on the candle telling us to potentially buy JD right here. You can see that although it hasn't been doing the best very recently on the trade wave, I guess we need to make sure we're bringing in this guy right here. So let's do, sorry, JD again. Not doing fantastic because of the choppy nature of JD, but the way I would have traded it with the buy right here and then the sell if we close outside, this one trade would have made up for it. So we are going to buy right here on this one. We are going to sell when we get a sell flag or a close under the cloud. Idea is pretty simple. So I have my watch list up here of ETFs. This is just constantly showing me what are the strongest ETFs today. If we go into the SPY, you can see the market's moving up, ticked a new all-time high, and just kind of fluttering around here. But we have KWEB and FXI, which are both Chinese, triggering both buy tickets on TradeWave, and they're showing relative strength here. So I want to buy the relative strength. So as I was going through everything, I noticed JD here with this new buy ticket. So let's go over into the, we'll go here, we'll go into the trade ticket. We're going to take JD. We're going to fill out that bit. We are going to buy, and we're going to put in 10,000. And then we're going to do, instead of shares, we're going to do dollars. And you can see if you're new to Brokerage Plus in our simulator, everything is kind of telling you what's going to happen right here. So it's saying preparing order for $10,000 of JD at market. I want to make sure that it's pointed to the TradeWave Tuesday account right there, which it is. And then I just want to say a buy instead of sell. And I'm just going to send that at market. And we are going to buy $10,000. You can see popped in there, actually 9,975, of course, rounding with shares of JD. So now we are now in JD. The idea will simply be, again, below a close below this cloud will be our exit. And if we're right and we get a push higher, then hopefully the close below the cloud happens at a much higher price. The beauty and what I'm trying to demonstrate and what we're trying to do here with TradeWave is the stock selection was all me. I'm going through and I'm looking at what's going on. I'm focused entirely on the stock selection. Now, the entry and exit criterias, those are sorted. So I was, for example, as of yesterday, I was going to do Intel because, Intel has been at a giant area of support. It's been selling for a long period of time. It's been putting in this round of bottom, and it put on this buy ticket that happened here yesterday. You can see right there. Now, what's happening is it gapped up overnight, so there's no trade that I can make on Tuesday because I'm going to do these on Tuesdays. But that was a nice little trade. So we are up a little bit on the account. Here is the portfolio to date. Now let's see what happens as we go forward. So again, entry exits sorted, stock selection criteria, that's what I get to focus on. So as opposed to people who are trying to do it all, where they're trying to focus on where to enter, where to exit, and what to buy, I'm only focusing on what to buy. We're building this portfolio slowly. In a perfect world, we get to 10 names. There will be times where I'm sure there'll be no names in it. Maybe there'll be times where we go into a little bit of margin. We have more than 10 names. Who knows? We'll be trading that accordingly. So stay tuned for next Tuesday, where we'll update the portfolio and we'll find something else to buy with TradeWave. And until then, I will talk to you guys soon.